The power behind ministry doesn't come in great programs. The power behind ministry doesn't come in your organizational skills. The power of ministry is in the gospel of Jesus Christ. In ministry, there are all kinds of bells and whistles at our disposal. And, I've been in children's ministry for 20 years. I have never seen so many products, so many programs, so much curriculum, so many resources, such support. Just go to our I Love KidMin Facebook group, nearly 22,000 kids pastors like yourself, and scroll through the pictures, right? Read the discussions and look at all of the great options that you have as a children's pastor, as a children's ministry leader. It's a little overwhelming, right? In the day of saying, well, I have no resources, even if you have no budget, there's Pinterest, right? And there's all this stuff that you can do on a shoestring budget. And I love all of that. I love all that. This is one reason I love our conference, KidMin Nation MegaCon, is because you're able to meet all of these amazing resource providers and discover all of these great resources. But at the end of the day, let me remind you of something. The power behind ministry doesn't come in great programs. The power behind ministry doesn't come in your organizational skills. The power of ministry is in the gospel of Jesus Christ. This is why I want you faithfully, week after week, to present the gospel to boys and girls. This is why I want you to, week after week, pray that the Holy Spirit would do a work in the hearts and the lives of his kids, because at the end of the day, what we attempt to do, if I attempt to build the house, what did Jesus say? I'm going to be building it in vain, unless the Lord builds the house. Unless the Lord builds the house, those who labor in vain. So friends, listen, don't forget the power of the gospel. The power of the gospel. That's why I wrote my book, Give Me Jesus. Give Me Jesus is all about having a gospel-centered children's ministry. When I understand the power of the gospel, it is the fuel that drives ministry. It is the glue that holds things together. It is the fuel that moves me forward. It's the gospel of Jesus Christ. Listen, your life has probably been changed by the gospel. And God, in that same powerful gospel that did a life-changing transformational work in your life, listen, that gospel can make a huge impact in the life of your ministry. But you've got to make sure you are gospel-centered. Don't just be fun-centered. Don't just be system-centered. Don't just be program-centered. Be gospel-centered. Gospel-centered. It is the gospel that changes lives.